Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your dude, Mr. Heath Ledger, and this is a video on my most epic sneaker pickup of all time. This is a crazy story, and as you can see from the box, this is a Reebok pickup. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the shoe. This is just the box that I store them in. Boom! Damn, dude. These are them. As you can see, these are 1989 Reebok pumps. The OGs, man. These are crazy. These are either 1989 or 1990. Some sources say 1989, some sources say 1990. I was born in this year, so I guess I was technically around when they dropped, but I wasn't thinking about sneakers until much later. So I bought these obviously secondhand. See if I can zoom out. But why was this my most epic pickup? Well, I'll tell you the story. So I live nearby a thrift store. It's just like your local Goodwill store, and I was just dropping off a few of my old clothes there. I think it was 2 summers ago. I was going there just dropping some stuff off, and sometimes I like to walk through the store after when I'm done, because there's 2 exits. There's one at the back where you can drop things off, and then you can go through the front. And I usually like to just walk through, take a little glance at some things. I don't know, sometimes there's interesting little like video games or toys, or sometimes obviously in this case shoes. So I was walking back through the store, and I took a glance over at the sneaker area, or the shoe area, and there's tons of shoes there. And I saw this. I was in like the second aisle, and I saw this guy 2 aisles over, and he had, I had the snapback on, he had some, I think he had some Jordans on, and he was maybe a little younger than me, but he picked up these kicks, and I just saw out of the corner of my eye, picked up these kicks, and he was just sort of looking at them, turning them around, checking out the bottoms, the outsoles, just sort of squeezing the pump unit here, and then he just put them back down. And as soon as he did that, I was like, yes, this is it, man, these are mine. So I went over there, I picked them up, I was like, dope, these are pumps, man. I don't own any pumps, and I've never owned a pair of pumps. Never really been, I'm not gonna say much of a Reebok guy, just I never really owned a pair of Reeboks. I think I had some trainers like way back, like the GL, I'm not sure, the GL series, I'm not sure which ones, but these are like, this is like when I was a teenager. Anyway, I saw this, I was like, wow, these are nice, these are really nice, and I didn't know that these were the OGs when I first picked them up. I just thought they were just some random retros, and I was like, man, these would be cool. It was wintertime, or no, sorry, it was summertime, but I thought for the winter I could use these as beaters. That's what it was. So I went to the front, the cash, and she rang up the bill. There's no price listed. I'm like, how much are these? And the total I paid on these was $9. I paid $9 for these, so it's ridiculous. I was like, wow. I went ahead, I did some research after. I'm like, no way. I checked the production tags after, and these are the OGs. This is crazy. So I was freaking out. Before I got the check though, I put my foot in, and I snapped. As you can see here, this is supposed to be a there's supposed to be a lace loop, and it's supposed to be a lock right here, just like this one. I snapped this right off, and I glued it back on, and it's gone now. It must have fallen off when I had them in storage. So that's kind of unfortunate. I guess they're not completely, obviously they weren't dead stock to start. They do appear to have been worn like 1 or 2 times, but it's weird, like all the stars, I'm trying to zoom in here. Yeah, all of these are still intact. So I guess the guy maybe wore them 1 or 2 times. There's really no wear on the bottoms, which is very interesting. So these might have been worn 1 or 2 times, like casually to walk, or maybe to play ball in back in the day. Clearly it was probably just some old dude that just wanted to unload some sneakers, and yeah, I didn't see anything else there, but I did of course grab these. Obviously a lot of yellowing here, yellowing around the toe, but the uppers are pretty clean. The leather's really clean and white. There is some yellowing again on the netting here, and my flash is making these look a lot whiter than they are, but man, you can't really go wrong for $9. The pump does work. You can release back here, which is cool because on the retros they have the release on the tongue as well. But I think it's pretty badass if you're playing ball or something and you just pump yourself out and then release in the back. So that's that, man. I had to do a video on these. I kind of forgot about these. I had these in a different room, and I was like, damn, I have to make a video on these for my channel. So these are them, man. The OG 1989 Reebok pumps. These go for anywhere between, I believe, $250 and up, maybe $350. That's what I saw in terms of sold listings on eBay, and some of the higher end ones, or the higher prices, are with the OG box, which I don't have, and I think, you know, not with some some issues there. Unfortunately, I might be able to find the piece, but that is broken off. Everything is good though on the other shoe. So that's that, man. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is one of my vintage Heat pickups, and I'm definitely going to say this is probably one of my best pickups of all time in terms of the pricing. You cannot go wrong for $9, man. Even if these were retros, I would still say that's a pretty good pickup. So that's it, man. Let me know what you guys think down below, and you know, for some of my older dudes, do you remember grabbing these? Do you remember rocking these? And what do you think about Reeboks in general? I'm starting to really consider getting into maybe grabbing a pair of retro pumps, mids, and rocking those. I don't know. So let me know down below, man. I'm your dude, Mr. Heath Ledger, signing out. Be sure to hit that like, comment, and definitely subscribe. Peace.